today's topic. I love anime. A lot of people know this. I do anime live streams and stuff like that. And one person commented was like, man, Japanese people are so obsessed with white folks that they make all their anime characters look white. Now, this is a very common idea. People have believed for a long time that when Japanese people are drawing these characters, they're all made to look like Caucasian folks.
I thought that too.
There's a really important video I want you guys to watch.
Hey guys, it's Yuta. So if anime characters are white is an age-old question, but have you actually asked Japanese people about it? Check this out.
でもこれが韓国人じゃん。韓国人。中国人か韓国人系。
どこら辺がそう思いましたか？
髪の毛の感じとか、ちょっと細い感じとか。韓国人。
むずっ。超わかりにくい。なんだろうこれ。何これ。フランス人とかじゃない。白いところ。とか言ってしまえば日本人。白人。いやそのまんまやないか。
難しいよね。日本人じゃないの？
ロシアとトルコのハーフ。
いやでもね、髪の毛の色がもう黒以外っていうのがもう慣れちゃってるんですよね。だから別にだからこれでも全然日本人に見えるからもう。
じゃあ日本人だ。はい。
これは日本人だ。瞳の色が黒だね。
これ日本人じゃない？日本人。目が細い。そう。目と眉毛とか、あと唇が細いとか、薄いところとか。韓国人。日本人もっと丸い感じ。
これはあれでしょ？これはだってもう。
これはもう日本人。
これはもう日本人。ちょっと知っちゃったかな。知っちゃってるから。これは。銀玉ですもんねこれ。
これこそまさに日本人。
これ日本人です。
これあれじゃん。
いやでも日本人。これも
日本か韓国かな。
ああ韓国っぽい。韓国。
目がちょっとこうキリッとしてる。
韓国人。韓国人。白い。細い。日本人。
急に。おっぱい大きい。可愛いな。これなんだろうね。これでも日本人にしか見えなくない？でも金髪だよ。ああなるほどね。
どういうところが日本人に見えますか？
細身。
これもう日本人だろう。
いやこれはね意外とねベトナム人です。日本に興味があってコスプレしてるベトナム人です。
なるほど。巨乳だね。
こっちの方が日本人だと思った。なんか清楚そうなところ。
もう全部日本人に見えるからな。日本人
です。こんなのどかな感じは日本っぽいからですね。背景も含めて。
ちょっと中国っぽいけど俺は。中国。
エレンだ。やっぱスタイルがいいし、なんかアニメに入るというかそういう感じがするから。現実とは違うから。
目の色が黒くないから。
髪の色も黒くないから。
そこ色白いから白人。
あと細身。
白人細身。
白人細身。
目がパッチリしてるからかな。そんなことない。
見てる時に感情移入するから結局自分の同じ国籍というかに投影しちゃうんだよね。だから日本人が見れば日本で行うの日本人に見えるし、
でもそれを作り上げたキャラクターの作家さんすごくないですか？っていうことは、キャラクター自体がいろんなものをミックスして作ってるってことですね。
白人が多分日本がなんて言うんだろう、外国人の方が綺麗とか
ちょっと憧れがある。
で多分キャラ自体をそっちにしてる気がする。
Personally, I hadn't even thought about anime characters being white until somebody pointed out. Because anime characters have always looked Japanese to me and not even generic East Asian. They looked specifically Japanese.
これはドイツ人。ドイツだ。鼻が高い、彫りが深い。目が青い。ロシア。ロシア、わかる。これはロシア。頭良さそう。
ロシア頭がいいイメージ。
You just know there's a Russian watching this with some vodka in his hand like, We are smart.
We're smart.
No. Why do I want to play this video? Because I think the West dominates online media a lot. And they impose their standards and their issues on everyone else.
Yeah.
Meaning the way that they feel about a certain topic and the problems that they have, they feel like everyone else must be dealing with in the same way. In Japan, with their context and their history, right? They look at these characters and they see themselves or they see other Japanese people when they look at it. When we look at it, we see a symbol of white supremacy, all this.
But it's not.
But it doesn't make it true. And considering that they invented it, right? That they make this stuff, I do think there's a bit of arrogance in the sense that we think everything revolves around us. And we impose our ideas on people over things that they themselves made. Right? And so when you sit there, you're like, well, this is what it means to you. How would you know? You're not living their context. You don't understand what they're going through. Right? And I think we have to be careful not to go into the world thinking the concepts that we understand, everyone's going to understand in the same way. And this was very humbling for me because I believed that my whole life. I'd heard it. So I'm like, yeah, you know, white people, everyone wants to be colorism. Bam, but it's not necessarily the case for everyone else.
And I was ready to dispute it. I was like, nah, man, that's definitely what's going on because of this and that, the jawbone and the way they do surgery and stuff like that. But they have a whole different way of thinking. They really do. And they see themselves in there. And when they draw white people, it's very different. Yeah. I've seen that in mangas. I've seen that in it's different. It's not like the main characters. It's when it's white people,
you can tell.
You could tell.
You can tell.
There is a difference. Yeah. There is actually a difference.
Well, they could tell. When they saw the Russian person, they immediately thought like, oh, he must be somewhere else. Yeah.
You just have to look at. You have to watch a lot of mangas and a lot of things to know that. Not only that, but you have to ask questions. Yeah. You have to ask the proper questions. So that video was very interesting and very eye-opening into other people's reality.
Right. Some of you might be looking, well, why aren't the eyes, more squinty or whatever? Because when you're drawing a character, you want them to be able to express themselves. And if you were drawing a character, eyes are often how a lot of anime characters express surprise. All the features are exaggerated. So that's why they do that.
Not only that, their eyes are actually slightly like
in some characters.
But I mean, the way white people has been depicting Asian people has been a caricature. Yeah. So it's been no eyes at all, where you could clearly see their eyes. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So there's that too. The idea that we had it, we've been fed all these time.
It's just easier. Like you'll see certain characters who got like a very simple face and they got these eyes. And that's why people are like, why they got blonde hair? Or why do they got green hair? Why do they got purple hair? Nobody looks like that. But they use it to differentiate the characters because having to draw everyone with specific type of faces takes too much time. It's too expensive. So how do you differentiate between person A and person B? Well, you change their hair color, you change their eye color, you do whatever, right? So it's important. For me, it was really humbling.
They learned from Dragon Ball Z. I remember when I was in elementary school and I saw a first person reading some Dragon Ball Z. No, he had a Dragon Ball Z shirt. Right. And it was all the different type of people on there. And I was like, why is all the same dude? It's not. This is Son Goku. This is Gohan. This is this. This is Trunks. It's like, no, it's the same dude. It's not. But that's Yamcha. No, that's the same dude with longer hair. Yeah. I mean, but yeah.
Dragon Ball Z did trigger me. Because, like, they got all these different characters, green characters, and the one black guy that they got, he's a blackface. Yeah. And his name is Mr. Popo.
Literally.
Police.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh. I get it. You don't like niggas, but you didn't have to go that far.
They went there.
But anyways. That was fine.
They went there.
That was fine. But yeah, this is all that I want to bring. So, if you're coming from the West and you're traveling, be open to the fact that they might view certain concepts completely different than you. Whether it be, like, for example, consent or age of consent, stuff like that. The way it looks in America, it's not the way it looks in France. It's not the way it looks in parts of Africa. It's not the way it looks in Japan. And you can't look at it as like predatory inherently. You're coming with your own different context. All right? People can't understand why you guys need guns in America. That's your context. To everyone else, you look crazy. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily right. Okay? So that's why I mean when I said we got to take sometimes a couple steps back and not impose our views, our cultural experience on everyone else's culture. That's...
How do you call that?
Cultural relativism, I think it's the term. And you know, for example, in my country in Ethiopia, you know, like here when I'm in the West, everyone eats with, you know, utensils, all that stuff. When in my country, oftentimes we eat with our hands. That's like how we eat our main dishes. People might look like that. That's barbaric. It's a different cultural experience. For us, it's grounding. It feels much better. Me personally, eating between both, I prefer that. But for a lot of people who see for the first time, they go, ew, they don't understand it. Here we got sofas and couches. Over there, it's just Arabia, right? That's all over the floor. It's a different way of living. It's different stuff. So, yeah. Honestly, I really like this video. Yeah. I like this video. Why? Because it's
eye-opening.
Yeah.
It humbles you.
It reminds you you're not the center of the universe. Neither are your people.
Yep.
You know? And that's important.
Sit down, be humble.
Why is his skin pale or whatever? It's easier to draw.
And it's
a lot harder to draw other characters.
They got pale skin.
Yep. Yeah. Now, it doesn't mean that there's some form of whitewashing in certain areas, but I think a lot of what people point to isn't accurate. So we just have to have the discussion a bit more of a nuanced fashion.
You have to calm down and learn to listen. Calm down, learn to listen, and ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. One last thing I'd probably touch on. The downside of doing what you guys are doing is you end up erasing other people's culture. You ascribe a completely different cultural reason for why they're doing it when they may have a whole history of reasons why they're at that point. But you erase that and you say, no, it's white supremacy. Well, they have a completely different experience. So what you do in doing this is you minimize other people's cultures. That's what you do. You make everything about one thing when there's all sorts of like geographical, historical, economical reasons why they make the choices that they make. Mm-hmm. And it's important not to do that to others. So that's I think pretty much the gist of it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we want to hear what you guys think, so leave comments below. Do you guys agree or disagree? We want to open the floor, so we want to hear your thoughts.
Mira como goza, morena.